This is A.S. Caldero from WatchthePot.com. Introducing my co-host this week and every week. For the second edition of our new show, We Love It Raw. First, the first and last lady of the show, Ness. And third, but not last, not even close to last, brother, not even nearby, not even around the corner. It's the future, Chris Corey.
Doing the Randy Orton stance.
Because I'm a legend in the making.
Because he's a legend in the making.
So let's just jump into it.
Hello guys, it's Venus here. We're gonna jump into the John Cena match, his first match of 2014. And this match is between John Cena and Sandow. Late last year, Sandow was Money in the Bank, and he tried to cash it in on John Cena. I believe John Cena was fighting with one arm.
Yeah, he was.
And Sandow still lost. John Cena beat him with the AA. And so, ever since then, Sandow has just been going downhill. So, yes, this match is between John Cena and Sandow. John Cena, I believe, tried to do it was going back and forth. So, John Cena did the 5-knuckle shuffle on him, tried to do the AA. Sandow came back. He wasn't giving up. But at the end, Cena ended up winning.
Yeah, this match is kind of boring, in my opinion. John Cena coming out. It should be a bigger match than with Damien Sandow.
Every Cena match is boring. Every Cena match is boring.
Here we go with the Cena.
Whatever. Cena match is a good once in a while, but besides the point. Damien Sandow was boring. This match was boring. How about...
When Cena came out, Cena... Dad was there, and I think that was like the only good part about the whole match. After Cena won, he just went and hugged his dad.
No.
That's about it. But that match was just going back and forth. Sandow not giving up. Cena was actually surprised that Sandow was not giving up. But at the end, Cena went in with the AA and beat him. So that was a okay match. They were showing also Jerry Lawler came back.
Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler is back. 3 announcers.
Yeah.
They need to cut him off.
Let the 3 announcers back on, makes it more compelling.
He was wearing some gold, this gold attire, and Michael Cole was making fun of him, saying, "Oh, it was last week." Yeah, last week was old school, not this week. But
maybe Jerry Lawler had a little bit of the dates confused. Maybe I have no idea, but it's good to see the King back. He was really good.
Well, let me jump into and the real Americans, we the people. So yeah, this is another fart in my opinion. This match, Jack Swagger versus The Big Show. It's not fun for me. It wasn't fun. It's kind of boring at the end. Big Show did the salute like the real Americans type of thing. I don't know.
The match just went on
whatever.
Quick. It's just like Big Show beat Jack Swagger. He manhandled Jack Swagger. And then Cesaro tried to come in, but then he ran away once he saw the Big Show. Big Show did, I believe, a choke slam on Swagger. He won. Zeb Coulter got knocked the fuck out.
Mr. Whiskers. In case people don't know, he's Mr. Whiskers.
Nah, he's Yosemite Sam's lost brother.
Oh yeah, gotta get that photo.
I don't know. I think they were just
Yosemite
trying
Sam.
to occupy some spaces yesterday. It was just not that interesting.
Yeah,
like, either.
I honestly feel like the last month was interesting. The last 3 Raws before this were all good.
Yeah.
And then it's like, eventually one wasn't gonna be all that, and this is the Raw, of that month. Because next week is Batista, so they kind of need to lower your expectations for next week.
They want to get you
next
ready.
week, yeah, you'll be
they
like,
want to get too rowdy this week.
yeah, they want to lower your. You'll be like, oh yeah, that was all
They
right.
want to get you ready for the Rumble coming up in less than 2 weeks now. And the next match that I'm going to indulge into is my favorite. It was the Outlaws teaming up with the Best in the World Punk to go against the faction known as the Shield. And it was good. It was back and forth. It was really fun to watch. But what surprised me the most was when Punk went to tag the Outlaws. The Outlaws decided to back out and...
But before that, did you see that kick? That Reigns
from that.
on CM Punk.
God.
Yeah, from outside the ring.
Yeah, it was crazy. Or after that match, CM Punk just couldn't let go of his face.
No, because the numbers game,
Kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah, the numbers game just caught up to Punk again. And for the past couple of weeks already, this has been going on with Punk. It happened on SmackDown. It's been happening on Raw. It's just gonna get out of control with him, man.
But Punk held his shit.
He did. He held his own on that one.
After the New Age Outlaws walked out on him, all three of the Shield, they tried to attack him, and he hit Rollins. He kicked Ambrose from the top rope.
But then Reigns.
Reigns always with his freaking spear. That spear wasn't that vicious. That spear more vicious.
Yeah. And then they did the triple power bomb on him, but the question is going to remain though. Reigns always says that he's the new best in the world. Is that up for debate? I think not. I think there's only one best in the world, and that's Punk.
I'm going back on who made the New Age Outlaws? Is Triple H behind this whole shit?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
It's Triple H. Think about it. Every time the New Age Outlaws come around, it always leads to Triple H.
Yes.
If you think about it, the last 5 years at least, if the New Age Outlaws are back, it has to do with Triple H in some way. The last time was what? Brock Lesnar coming out, destroying the New Age Outlaws, and making them look like old farts getting destroyed in the ring.
Now, let me ask you this question. This is a question I want to ask everybody. Do you see a brief DX reunion coming up?
That would be cool.
I think that it'll be fun if it does happen. DX is supposed to be rebels, right? I hate when rebel groups are loved. You're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I want DX to be heels. Because that's my favorite time, when DX are the heels, when people are not like chanting, suck it, all the time. When they're assholes, that's when they go over better for me. Because like when Shawn Michaels and Hunter first came out, they were heels. And then when Triple H later on bring DX back together, they were heels again. Those are the best times. Every time DX were heels were the best times.
And it was basically
maybe that's what's gonna happen now. It's
like a corporate DX type of shit.
You're gonna see.
That would be.
They had that already. They had that back in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, that kind of happened. Yeah, that happened already.
What you're gonna see, this is probably gonna be wrong, but how much more back? You're gonna see DX teaming up with the Shield.
That's what it looked like if it was just all a setup. Like when DX walked off on isn't the Shield the part of the whole authority? Like they do whatever the hell the authority.
That's what CM Punk says.
Yeah, Punk claimed that they're the hitmen for Triple H and the authority, quote unquote hitmen. I mean, it's up for debate. It really is. It's up for debate.
Then maybe that's leading to something with CM Punk.
You notice that the last couple wins that the Shield got was Roman Reigns. The last 3 wins, and he's the one that got the pin every time.
You notice the look on the other members of the Shield, like.
Ambrose is just always. He's been going crazy.
Yeah, he has.
So like if you heard Michael Cole, he said always Rollins is finally seeing. Like Ambrose is just going crazy. He's a wild card right now.
Yeah.
And he's just going crazy. He wants to be the spotlight. He's trying so much to be the spotlight, even when he's beat down. And, it's just affecting the whole group. So right now the only spotlight is Reigns. And he's just, even when he's fucked up, he's trying to be the spotlight. Like yesterday when he was fighting with CM Punk, and Rollins was like, look at his eye, don't go too crazy.
Yeah, they were making it a point. Yeah. They wanted you to hear it.
Yeah,
get his eye.
Crazy. Don't go too crazy. We got him where he wanted, and he's over here trying to go too crazy, and boom, he ends up getting hit with the CM Punk throws him to the steel cage chair.
CM Punk is really helping the Shield become like a more established group because he's giving them credibility. He's letting Roman Reigns take a win over him. It's kind of like he's passing the torch a little in some small way. Like, this is the new guy coming up, I approve. That's why I'm helping him look good. It's kind of like he knows the future. He wants to be a part of the moments. Just like when you look in the past, who first did a rivalry with The Rock, it's cool to be a part of the initial spark.
Yeah,
so he feels like he's a part of what's going to happen.
That's what they did with the Shield and the Usos, too. That's what they were trying to bring up the Usos when the Shield had the tag team champions to bring up that spark and bring up the Usos.
It's all about piggybacking.
And that's what they've been doing.
And it's about who they think is going to be the future of the company. And it's going to be interesting leading up to that. But on to the next match was the Divas. It was the Funkadactyls, Trinity and Ariane. And if you don't know who they are, it's Cameron and Naomi. They went against AJ, who is now the second longest reigning Divas
212 days today.
Exactly.
AJ, let me tell you something.
Just 4 days away from being the number one diva as champion in WWE history.
I think Maurice is number one.
Yes, Maurice is number one. And she teamed up with Snooker's daughter, Tamina. And they went against, like I said, Trinity and Ariane, the Funkadactyls. It was an okay match. It was slightly back and forth, but in the end, AJ picked up the win.
With the knee.
With the knee, of course.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was with the knee.
Oh, I thought she kicked.
It was a knee, right?
It was the knee, yes.
Yeah.
It was the knee. And,
It was nice at the end with the funk. What's her name? The Funkadactyl. The one with the big old butt.
Naomi, I think is her name.
Naomi, Trinity, Naomi, Cameron, which is Ariane.
Yeah.
Well, the one.
I think Naomi came after because
that kick that she did. It was cool.
AJ had elbowed her out of the ring, and then they started beating up.
Ariane, who is Cameron, was outside the ring, and it was left with Trinity. Did you ever notice throughout the match that Trinity had that horrible gold lipstick?
So her name is Trinity. I was confusing her with Naomi.
I'm sorry if I'm going into real name because I like to show totally.
Yeah. So Trinity, AJ had elbowed her off the ring, and then.
No, Ariane was the one outside. Ariane is Ariane. Trinity was in the ring. Trinity was in.
Confusing me.
No.
Trinity. As you know, I like the freaking men beating each other up. I don't like the divas, but continue.
See, Ariane was outside the ring. Trinity was left in the ring. And Trinity just got manhandled by AJ. Plain out and fact and simple. She just got manhandled. It's going to be interesting. I believe AJ is going to lose that Divas title. The only question is going to be to who.
No.
And I think I know who.
The girl with the golden lipstick, they're trying to bring her up.
Oh, Naomi Trinity? No. Yeah, they're going to bring her up.
AJ, stay.
But I think she has to be, because they ain't going to do no Divas championship match anytime soon. So she's going to beat Maurice. And she's going to become the number one. That's
because the Divas division in WWE is very weak. It's not like what it was when you had Trish, Lita, Sonny, you had Karma in there. You had Caitlyn, Eve, Maria. You had all those divas back then. You look at it now, what are you left with? The Funkadactyls, AJ, Tamina, Natty. You're not left with much. Caitlyn left WWE. She started her own clothing line.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
In case you didn't know, though.
Yeah. I do research.
So AJ wins. Woohoo! I know you.
Yes!
So we then go to Orton looking for the Authority, and he's going crazy trying to find him. And he finds Kane, and if you see, Kane starts screaming at him, but then he's like, wait, let me calm down. So he's trying to act professional. I'm still waiting for the monster in him to come out.
It will.
Anyways, so Kane makes a match with Orton to take out his frustrations, quote unquote, with Kofi Kingston, and then that match comes out, and Orton wastes no time. Then he's just going in on Kofi. It was going back and forth, but I think Orton underestimated Kofi, and he was just giving him too much time to breathe. Like, he'll hit him, and I think he just gave him too much time. Underestimated Kofi. Kofi is good, not as good as Orton.
This match is boring.
It was just that I think they were just trying to occupy some space, as I said before, with these matches.
Fill her in the space. Because there ain't nothing going on this week.
They were going back and forth. Kofi wasn't giving up. At the end, Kofi actually wins. What a
little roller pin.
What a roll on the...
That's because Orton did not take Kofi serious.
Exactly.
He was underestimating Kofi for what he was. Now, don't forget, this dates back to 2009. When they had a rivalry back then. This is dating back. This is a long history of a rivalry between Orton and Kofi, so don't forget that.
But it's like Orton's ego is getting to his head, and he's the best, that he's like not taking anyone else serious. Like, of course he keeps complaining about Brock Lesnar now wanting a piece of him, and John Cena, him and his match. Those are like big superstars.
Right.
Speaking of John Cena, what was his pops got beat up by Randy?
After the match.
After Kofi wins, Orton is surprised as fuck. Like, my jaw dropped, actually. I was just like, what the fuck just happened? And Orton is in disbelief, and he's just going crazy. He's throwing half of the announcer's table, he throws it, and he's just going back and forth, and out of the corner of his eye, he sees John Cena's dad, and he goes in and he starts hitting John Cena's dad. Finally, John Cena comes out. John Cena took too long to come out, by the way. And
it's the same story from a couple years back. It's kind of
John Cena's dad in a stretcher and made
same. It's
they
kind
were
of
concerned with his heart. Thank God nothing's wrong with his heart. Something about his eye, but they just made it all too big.
Again.
All he did was brush him. Like, he didn't even hit him
I know.
hard. Like, if he would have RKO'd him,
that would have been great.
I would have understood.
That doesn't make me excited for Royal Rumble, the main event. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble itself, but not. Main event is kind of like they have to get that out the way.
Now, let me ask you this question. I want to raise up another debatable question around here. You got that title match coming up at the Rumble in 2 weeks. Let me ask you this. With all this now happening to Cena, do you think this is going to lead up to Cena regaining the title?
No. I think Cena's big enough to not be main event WrestleMania. Like, he could do a match with someone else.
Yeah, because it's just going to be, again...
give the shine to someone else. And nobody wants him to be the champion anymore. He doesn't need to be. Just like The Rock doesn't need to be the champion. Some people don't need to be the champion.
Yeah, John Cena,
you had the belt enough.
Because he was main eventing 2 years ago. He main evented last year when they did The Rock and
he's gonna main event. He's gonna be one of the main events.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna be the title match.
No.
Is what I'm saying.
I think that
he's gonna be one of 3 main events because Taker's always one of them.
Jesus! Don't get me started.
Thank you. I think the title match literally and gave it. I think it slightly gave it away last night. You're gonna see CM Punk win the Royal Rumble.
CM Punk win. Well, I don't know. That would be cool. But I think it's still Batista.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, where's Batista? Batista won it in 2005, by the way. And
who did he eliminate in 2005 to win the Royal Rumble?
I have no idea, but he beat it. Remember, I started watching after 2007. But I like Batista, so I do my history on him. And he won in 2005. 2006, Rey Mysterio won, so... I don't know, like Rey Mysterio was doing a little snapshot. He was like that he plans on winning the Royal Rumble again.
You can say all you want, but it's all gonna happen. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be interesting.
So this is what's up right now. Goldust and his brother Cody come out to fight Rybaxel. The coolest goddamn group around.
I hate that name of a tag team. That is the stupidest tag team name I've ever heard. You break Rybaxel.
Better than perfect. Okay? Better than his dad. Okay? Get that in your head.
Perfect was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion.
But the Rhodes brothers, they're on a roll right now.
Yeah, they look really good coming out with those belts. Those belts look like... Look, there's a picture right here. Woo! They look good.
Yeah, they look
with those belts.
They look really good.
I like the tag team.
They're both in the best shape of their career.
But the tag team title belts look ridiculous. I'm sorry. I miss the old tag team title belts.
Yeah, they don't look great. They look like copper. Yeah. They should look like gold or platinum, not copper. They should look like a penny. Like a brand new penny, but it does look like a penny.
You're talking about tag team gold, not tag team copper.
They need better looking belts.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed. But going back to what you were saying.
What you guys think about that match?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, see all these matches.
The Rybaxel thing just doesn't get me excited or even care about the match.
Yeah, it's just like Ryback shows he's a powerhouse, but at the end, I think Cody was doing some good moves yesterday as well.
Did he do that backflip?
I think he did. It's just like
he's always doing a backflip, or Cody's really good at.
Top rope. He did it twice. He goes to the top rope and then he flips down, and it's really good. He's just been. I think they've just been on a roll, and they're doing really, really, really good. But again, the match was just like,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm telling you, they were just occupying space.
They should not put the tag team champions on TV so much. Like, they were on main event, and I was like, what are they doing on main event? Like, I was talking about it to one of my friends, like, why are they on main event? They're the tag team champs. Don't, like, save that. And the main event was AJ Lee and what's her name? The girl that just left? Caitlin's last match. And it was a really good match, by the way. I was telling you guys on Facebook that I was like, I enjoyed that. If you guys didn't see it, you should try it.
They had a rivalry before.
But it was cool because at the end, yeah, and they were friends too, right? At the end, AJ jumped on her and hugged her. Yeah. Like, it was like sweet.
Aww, she didn't make out with her?
Nah, she kissed her on the cheek. Like,
AJ jumps on
She jumped on her and gave her a kiss.
She's not jumping on me and making out with me, so what's the matter with you?
When she sees me, she's gonna jump on me and make out with me, so. Anyways.
Really?
Next match, we have Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, but you're not a part of
it. They're both actually Royal Rumble winners. Yes. Rey Mysterio, as I mentioned before, he won in 2006. And he actually is the longest lasting
he was
superstar.
He went from number one, him and Shawn Michaels, and I think Stone Cold Steve Austin shared that mark in the Royal Rumble from going from the beginning, number one, to number 3.
Yeah, but he's actually the longest, and he lasted 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds to be exact.
Yeah.
And then Alberto is impressive because in 2011 he won, and that's actually the biggest Royal Rumble they had with 40 men.
Which was an epic fail. I'm sorry. A 40-man Royal Rumble. Epic fail.
That's cool in the actual video game when you do a 40-man Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And you do it on a pay-per-view. Come on. It's an epic fail.
I mean, it was just a lot of going back and forth on it. I wasn't expecting.
My opinion
Alberto
about that
to win.
match is that the match was like whatever. They fight way too much together. Like for some reason, Vince McMahon puts all the Hispanics together and makes them
They
fight
try
each
to
other.
fight, like, see who's the best Mexican.
Yeah, who's
I
the best
turned that
Mexican?
I turned that. Let me tell
Well,
you.
either way, it was boring as hell.
I'll tell you, I turned that match off to turn on the Channel 11 news during that.
Yeah, I mean, so this Rey Mysterio did hit the 619, but he tried to hit it the first time and Alberto moved out. But then he hit it the second time and that didn't put him down. Alberto Del Rio actually won with the arm breaker move. He
Oh, the
does.
cross arm
Tap
breaker.
out by
Yes,
Rey Mysterio.
Which is very shocking because you don't see Mysterio tap out that much.
Yes, but I'm guessing that move is just like really painful because everyone's tapping out on that move.
The most important part of it, the better than the match, was the speech at the end.
Yes, he goes.
Alberto needs some attention because there's nothing going on, so he's calling out Batista. He's coming out next week.
He says, "Te voy a patear el trasero, perro." Meaning.
What did you just say?
He's gonna beat the shit out of Batista. That's what he's saying. Like, he's trying to make a feud with Batista, saying that he's gonna be the first one to. He's gonna be the one who actually throw Batista off the top rope in the Royal Rumble.
If the Real decides to talk Spanish again next week on Raw, just do me a favor. Can you just send me a translation on what the heck this guy just says? 'Cause I don't understand what this guy says.
Well, luckily for you guys, I understand.
He's getting the whole Mexican community behind him.
Yeah, he's trying to reach out to different to the Hispanics, and I like when he gets really pissed off and he's like, "Perro, sucio," like he goes in on them. Anyway, so he's practically complaining because he's not the one getting all the attention, and Batista's the one getting all the attention for the Royal Rumble. So yes, he just starts babbling on that.
To make one thing quick, I just gotta ask you one quick question though. Why are there always Mexican flags on the ring posts?
When he comes out because he's Mexican.
I'm trying to understand that. Did he say
But
why
he's
you
he's proud of his freaking heritage. So he's gonna put on some Mexican flags and speak Spanish and drink some freaking Mexican beer.
He's not drinking Jose Cuervo?
But I don't think, is that Mexican? I don't know
I have
anything
no
about
idea.
alcohol.
That's tequila.
But see, I don't know anything about I know about wrestling, but I don't know about alcohol. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No. It's okay. I don't
yeah.
think that much. It's okay.
So after that, CM Punk goes to Kane, and he is livid. He wants to speak to the Authority. By the way, the Authority was nowhere to be found.
No Triple H, no Stephanie McMahon, so you can tell it's gonna be a fart night if Triple H ain't around.
And
Yeah.
Kane.
Top 5 that are alive.
So I mean, Kane tried to do his best, you know.
I think he did a pretty good job. He maintained similarity on Raw. He did really good. I'm gonna say that. But like you were saying, you know,
Yeah. So then CM Punk goes to him, and
Punk goes
then
there. He's livid. Blah blah blah. I want the Authority. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. Kane goes, they're not here.
and then he puts him in the
he
Royal
goes,
Rumble.
but you will have a chance to prove yourself. You're in the Royal Rumble. And Punk had the biggest smile. My boy had the biggest smile. He was like, I'm in the Royal Rumble, huh? Okay.
He's gonna beat the shit about. I think he's gonna be top 3. I don't. It might be between him, Alberto Del Rio, and Batista, the top 3. We'll see.
Let me jump into the first match and also the last match of the night.
Yeah.
The first match was the Usos versus Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt, which I was excited about because Bray Wyatt never really wrestles.
Yeah, just jumping quick about it. You're saying Daniel Bryan. At that time, it was Daniel Wyatt, not Daniel Bryan, because he was still part of the Wyatt family. So Daniel Wyatt.
Well, he comes out. He comes out with, you know, as promised. They have the match and some bullshit happens and they're like, okay, another match. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
He's still Bobby Riches.
They lose that match and guess what happens at the end? He sacrifices himself and he gets the Sister Abigail.
Yeah, that's
and it's kind of like he's blaming Daniel Bryan for both of them losing. and it kind of was embarrassing him. So he took it. So they set up another match. Who was it that made the match? Kane?
It was Maddox and then Kane.
Maddox, yeah.
Maddox and Kane.
made the steel cage, and then Kane came out and said, I can do one a little bit better. We're going to make it a steel cage match, but the cage will be locked because I will be out there to lock the cage door.
And Kane will have the key. So what ended up happening was they're going to do, at the end, they did a steel cage match with the Usos versus Bray Wyatt and Daniel Wyatt. With no one, and of course no one's in there. Rowan and Harper's outside. That way they can't intervene. No one can actually intervene. But Kane and Maddox are trying to outdo each other as usual now because they've been going at it for a while.
You're going to see that's going to lead up to a rivalry. I'm telling you.
I mean, but Maddox can't fight for shit.
What?
He's pussy. And then, come on, all Kane has to do is choke slam the shit out of him, and that's it.
And it's over. Max will be broken in half. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, about the match, the first one was pretty boring.
Yeah.
But
so
since they probably knew that we're gonna have a second match. Let's save the good stuff for the second match.
Yeah.
So the second match was great. You hear in the crowd, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
I noticed a lot with steel cage matches over the years in the WWE that they're really good matches.
Of
really
course.
top notch.
You ain't gonna put two whack ass wrestlers in a steel cage match.
It was cool to see the Usos in a steel cage match because,
They're trying to bring them up. They've been
the Usos. That Total Divas is pushing them.
I mean, for a tag team that's never been in a cage, I'll tell you, for a tag team that's never been in a cage match, they really
they did a good job.
Outshined themselves last night, and I'm just gonna say,
I think
it was good to see, but like I said, they both wanted, like, Wyatt and Daniel were gonna go up, and what happened was when Daniel got tagged right up to the cage and all that, he hit the rope. Bray Wyatt, Jules hit the rope, which led the Usos to both at the same time climb to the top of the cage, and the way they went out, I thought it was amazing. They went flying.
But inside that cage match was actually really good fight before they actually win. Mm-hmm. There's a part where you had mentioned it, Alex.
Yeah, he sets up for the sister Abigail. He gives him the kiss, and then the other Uso comes and kicks him right in the face.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That was like, you heard the snap. Yeah, that was a nice snap kick. It was like a Shawn Michaels kick.
Yeah.
And it was cool because you never really seen a reversal till this match.
Of a sister Abigail.
Yeah, of someone reversing it or like countering it.
Yeah.
So it was cool, that he's more involved. I feel like Bray Wyatt was maybe injured before and now he's not. And that's why they kind of like 2 matches in one night. I'm better now. My foot's good, man.
Yeah, you barely see Bray because he.
So that's why maybe I feel like they overdid it yesterday. He's like, oh man, I've been gone for so long, not really fighting, that I wanna actually 2 matches tonight. And I don't blame him. If I was him,
lost both anyway. So
yeah, it's like
because they were both actually one of the Usos. I can never tell them apart. One is Jay and one is Jimmy. Who has the tattoo right here?
Jay has the right side of the mask. Jimmy has the left side of the mask.
Oh, okay. Well, I still can't tell them apart. They're both really good fighters, though, and they really outshined themselves yesterday. And one of the Usos were about to climb out of the match, out of the steel cage, and Daniel Bryan grabbed him. But it kept going back and forth. At the end, like you had mentioned, one of the Usos were gonna get out, and he actually headbutted a couple of times to Daniel, and Daniel fell off, hitting Bray Wyatt at the end. Bray Wyatt hit his balls on the rope.
Bang!
His balls on the rope.
Bam!
And both of the Usos climbed out. When they jumped out, one of them fell on Rowan and one of them fell on Harper. And they actually ended up winning the match after that.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good, really good match.
To conclude on that one, on that match, I found it really good that, you saw at the end, Bray Wyatt talking to Daniel Wyatt.
But he would sacrifice himself.
He was about to. But when Bray Wyatt was about to hit Sister Abigail, Brian pushed Bray Wyatt out of the way. And then it just led to all that. And then he hit him, and then he took the clothes off, and then he started to go up, and he went, yes!
But it was actually good. Like, if you see the crowd, what I liked was never gave up on Brian.
No.
Because even from the beginning, even
during, they were still screaming yes.
Still screaming yes.
They couldn't let it go.
Has never given up on Brian. Daniel Bryan. I can actually say Daniel Bryan, not Daniel Wyatt. Because since the beginning, I refuse to see him into Wyatt.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so after he was about to hit Sister Abigail, he pushed him. He didn't really hit him. No, the audience kept was like, yes. So finally he hit him again, and then he backed up again. He was like, you know what? I ain't taking shit from nobody anymore. And he went crazy on Bray Wyatt. And when he took off his overalls, he had his yes.
Yeah, the yes thing right there.
Yes underwear and yes boots.
And the funny thing was, Vanessa, it was like, I'm telling you this, when he was starting to do the yes, he was just like very heavy. He was like, yeah.
Yeah, he did it real slow.
And then
because it made it more special, you know.
And it was really
like,
good.
yes, I'm coming out. He's just coming out slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole audience was actually with him going yes slowly, and then they just went crazy.
Oh, they went nuts. They went.
Come on, hit me, Brian! Hit me, Brian! He was like putting his hands up.
Wyatt's voice right there.
Oh man.
And that was, I think, one of the best main events I've seen on Raw. I'm sorry.
It's really because finally.
That's why everything else sucked, because they were just trying to save for that last match.
They were leading you up to a main event climax. That's what they were doing.
They were lowering your standards for the last match.
They did a good job.
If everything was outshined, if everything was just like, oh, that's a good match, then it won't be like, oh, Daniel Bryan actually turned. It would just be like, oh, that was a good match too. But if everything else sucked, it was like, oh shit, Daniel Bryan went crazy, and he finally went back to himself. Then that's like the shining moment of the whole.
Do you guys have anything else positive to say before I completely shit on this this idea of him turning back? Can you guys go before I go? Because once I start, this shit, brother. This is the rant, the old school.
I got breaking
wrestler. Look in the camera, point at you, brother. Mean Gene, brother. Talking to you, brother.
Hogan wannabe. Can I talk? Thank you. I got breaking.
Dude.
I got breaking news for all you WWE fans. Next week on Raw, according to my source that I hear, a very confident source has been telling me, next week on Raw, it will be official at the 2014 Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh at the Igloo. I don't know if it's the Igloo now, but in Pittsburgh, you will see Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Breaking news.
Which is, I already knew that was going to happen.
You're taking the thunder.
But yes, you can go off now.
You're taking the thunder.
Listen to me, first of all the praises, all your yeses. You should have stayed with your brothers, Daniel. Listen to me. Now you got nobody. All you got is a bunch of people screaming yes, but you don't got anybody that got your back anymore, man.
You got Kane.
Kane, can I just say Kane is a lame.
Don't you say that about one half of the Brothers of Destruction.
Listen to me. This is my rant time, and you're gonna hear this. It's ridiculous that you're gonna go with turning him, which I loved, into turning it over so fast. I feel like if you're gonna do it right. If you're not gonna do it, don't do it. Mm-hmm. That's my main problem with it. Because if they would have left them babyface and start, I would have not said nothing. Yeah. But don't toy with an idea and not go all the way in with it.
Yeah, like if
They should have really went more into the
like
story.
Royal
At least 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Just to like end it right. I feel like it was forcefully ended, and it was kind of like, okay, here it is. It's too soon,
I'm
man.
sorry to interrupt you, man, but I'm gonna tell you this: WWE has a habit of doing that. They've done this a few times already, where they lead you to a beginning storyline, and then 2 weeks later they take you out of it.
Like, come on, man.
I mean, you're gonna lose an audience. You're gonna lose a fan base out of that if you continue to do that. If you want to grab an audience's attention, I'm gonna tell you this: do a good storyline. Start slow, work your way up. I feel,
but they were working on it for a while.
They were, but
it's just that when he turned, from the moment that he turned,
He should have turned way sooner.
yes.
If
yes.
they were gonna do that, they should have turned him sooner so he could have had a little while with him.
Let me ask you this:
If it's about timing, they should have done it earlier.
how long has Daniel Bryan had this feud with the Wyatt?
For a while, that's what I'm saying. Why turn him so
2
late?
months.
I say the first time they had this rivalry, I'm telling you this right now, the first time they had this rivalry, they should have done the Daniel Bryan turn. Because then, and only then, you would have got the fan base, you would have believed that he turned, then you would have said, okay, he's really a Wyatt, he's still more aggressive, you would have had the audience chanting, you suck, or whatever they chant, no, whatever.
Perfect time would have been when?
The Royal Rumble.
No, I'm saying the perfect time for him to join the Wyatt should have been after he lost the gauntlet.
WWE title.
No, not the gauntlet. I'm talking about when.
Oh, right. Okay.
When he lost in the three against one match,
Yes,
he should have gave up that night
Yes.
at the pay-per-view.
At that pay-per-view, yes.
So you would have gave it more time to develop, and then it could have ended. It could have ended just like the same day it ended.
No, best way.
But you should have done it earlier. Is what my point is.
The best
I
way,
see what you're saying.
but the best way to end a rivalry like that, like you said, if he would have joined, let's say after that three on whatever match to get a hold of Bray Wyatt, if he would, he joined there, you would have had it going on for maybe a couple of weeks.
Which is good enough.
Which is good enough. But then you would have started building up to where trouble was amidst in the Wyatt family and all this. Then the perfect time to end it would have been the Royal Rumble. It would have came to an abrupt
the
climax.
timing to do the match is good, but the way that you start a story so quickly and dissolve it so quickly is just like, why even do it?
Exactly.
Like, you should have just had.
I was on my toes for.
You should have just had Brian.
Because I refused.
You refuse to see him as a Wyatt.
Well, why don't we just wrap up Raw and call it a night?
So, but
Any opinions of the overall how Raw turned out? I'd say it was kind of lame, except for the last match. The last match made up for half of it, but the other half it didn't make up for. But whatever. Next week.
I think it's just all leading on to my baby Batista coming up next week. Gonna cause havoc, gonna go crazy in there.
And Triple H is back next week because he ain't gonna not be there when Batista arrives. Because come on, man, come on.
He has to be there.
It's only an evolution.
He's gonna be like, yo, here comes Batista.
Yeah.
Him in something.
But yeah, we love it Raw.
Please, guys, comment,
subscribe
share.
to Watch the Pot YouTube.
Your
Check
feedback
out.
is always welcome, and remember, keep it real, keep it raw.
Keep it real, keep it raw. Go to WatchthePot.com, and every week you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear us.
And me.
And me.
I don't know about these guys, but I'm here every week, whether they're here or not. I might do the I Love It Raw if both of you get the flu, like a movie.
I don't I get the flu.
Come over here with your boogers hanging out, man.
Yeah,
We're doing the show, man.
Definitely,
We doing it for the few fans that are listening out there. That one guy from the UK that hurt us. Yeah, I saw that, man. Keep listening, guy, because we're here for you guys. This is a New York thing. We're all from New York. This is our opinions. So give us some feedback, show us some love, and you're going to see some other videos come out this week, not just the review of Raw. You're going to hear our views on the WWE Network also. And maybe our predictions about when Taker's coming back. So stay tuned for that, and keep it real, keep it raw.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Peace out.